So here's a short follow-up video. Been using these backpacks for a few weeks now. They spray great, absolutely great. Put fingernail polish on the markings, 1 gallon, 2, 3, 4, so it's easier to see the level when you're filling it up. I want to point something out. The filter that I spoke of earlier, that is useless as far as I'm concerned. There's apparently some confusion. All right, this is not the primary filter for the unit. All this is for is if you're filling this up with water, that you screen out anything that's in the water, okay? I don't know about you, but when I'm putting a hose in here and filling it up, I'm not really concerned. If I have 1 gallon water containers that sit in the back of the truck exposed to the sun and get algae, well then, yeah, you'd probably want to use this, but that's not the case with me. So for that reason, I'm not using it. Also, there was a comment about the filter that I had said something that the filter is not good. The filter is absolutely perfect. Probably one of the best I've seen in a electric backpack. The thing that has occurred to me that I'm somewhat concerned about, not terribly, is, the wand and hose are proprietary. So if this breaks and you're out there in the field, you're not going to be able to readily replace it. That's why I have 2. Haven't had any problems, but see where the hose goes in? This is very, look at that. It folds very difficultly, so that will be sitting against the side of my truck. And I'm just wondering if the pressure that's on here constantly is going to be a problem in the future. So what I would suggest is in the future models, they put a swivel here. So when you move this way, swivels that way and that way. The other thing is, this is not what homeowners generally would be spraying at their house. All right? Ego, pretty confident they're not marketing this to residential as much as commercial entities, gardeners, pest control, construction. So if you're thinking about switching from a manual backpack and you're a homeowner, realize this is heavy, all right? The battery is heavy. The inner workings are heavy. The weight per gallon, it's heavy. That's why they have these straps. So, if you're thinking about making that change from a manual to this, think twice. And to put it more in perspective, you're not going to see major pest control companies utilizing this backpack because they're concerned about workman comp claims, and they're not going to have this much weight regardless of the strap system for their employees. I also had mentioned that these were not good quality and they would break. Well, guess what? I got one stuck in the tailgate. Generally that's going to break anything if you're stupid enough to have that happen, but I did. So instead, I got these, and they are absolutely great. Military. It's what they use in the military. So I'm going to do this with one hand. All right. And it's going to look more difficult, but sorry, I'm doing this with one hand. So that isn't going anywhere anytime soon. The straps, you just tighten them around your waist, hold securely. I suggest getting these. Make sure you get the ones that have a post here and a post over there, because otherwise you can't tighten the belt. And I'll put a link at the end of this video. Alrighty, and I think that's about it.